Hello everyone, welcome back. How are you all? Hi, I am good. How about you? Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining.
হাসান ভাই
Here is your good name. Hi, dear Muskan. Here is yours. How are you? Welcome, dear. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Hi Dipanshu, welcome. How are you? Hello dear Dipanshu. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Dipanshu. Hi dear Vincent. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi dear Mokshi. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much for joining, dear Mokshi. How are you? Hello, dear Aldrin. Here is your good name. Walaikum assalam. Hi, dear Ilma. Here is your Safu. Hi, dear Safu. Welcome back. Hey, dear Shrina. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Aldrin. Here is yours. How are you? Hey, dear Kara. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Zane. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Chantal. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Varun. Here is yours. Hi, dear Rimsha. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Gracie. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Duana. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, dear Yan. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Cindy. Welcome back. Here is yours. Hi, dear Amira. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Zoe. Here is yours. Oh, what's going on? Dear Sefu, are you okay? Hi, dear Noemi. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Rosie. Here is yours. Hello, dear Nitabi. What a unique name you have. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, welcome. Hi, dear Danu. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Helena. Here is yours. Hi, dear Mirab. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Alia. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, dear Amna. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Lajeen. Here is yours. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Alia. Lots of love. Hi, dear Ariana. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Hina. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Zainab. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Emu. Here is your beautiful name. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Your name is Christophorus. Okay, dear Christophorus. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Sadika. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Iman. Here is yours. How are you? Hello, dear Iram, here is yours. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but yes, here is yours. Hi, dear Amna, here is your good name. Hello, dear Linka, here is yours. Sion, hey, dear Sion, here is your good name. How are you? Hey, dear Amy, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Abiha, here is your good name. Hello, dear Simina, here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Aina, here is your good name. Hi, dear Adarsh, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. Hi, dear Ozgul, here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Limia, here is yours. I had a really bad fever yesterday, but today I am feeling better. I think your voice healing. Get well soon, brother. Thank you so much for joining. Get well soon. Hi, dear Camila, and take some good rest. Hi, dear Rakib. Here is yours. Hello, dear Seema. Here is your beautiful name. Let's see who is next, guys. Don't forget to double tap on your screens and let's see who is next. Rose. Hi, dear Rose. Here is yours. Hey, dear Axel. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Nova. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hashir. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Shilza. What a unique name you have. Here is yours. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you so much, Zumra. Okay, welcome back, dear Zumra. How are you? Hi, dear Ketsia, for you. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Ayan. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Ramya. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Emal. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Minahil. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Taya. Here is your good name. Hi. Thank you so much. Hey, dear Dennis. Here is your good name. Thank you so much, Sefu. Hi, dear Seema. Oh, Seema was done, I think. Hey, welcome back. Hi, dear Say. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Nivea. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Sabria. Here is your good name. Let's add a question. Favorite season. Let me add the question, guys. Don't forget to double tap on your screens, and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Okay. Hi, dear Mila. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Majid. Here is yours. Thank you so much, dear. Lots of love. Hi, dear Martina. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, dear Sony. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Hamza. Here is yours. Hi, dear Lenny. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Safa. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ahmed. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Ayan. Here is yours. Hey, dear Kitty. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Kansu. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Hanning. Here is yours. Hi, dear Royam. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Rafika. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Raven. Here is yours. Hey, dear Zia. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Selman. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Fitra. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Kuiza. Here is yours. Thank you so much, dear. I don't understand this language, but thank you so much for the love and support. Hi, dear Noor. Here is yours. Hey, MRNG. Here is yours. Hello, dear Anishka. Here is your good name. How are you? Hi, dear Jaffrey. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Neeraj. Here is yours. Hi, dear Zahara. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Nicole. Here is yours. Hi, dear Lela. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much, dear. Have a good day to you too. Hi, dear Shakrona. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Hoshi. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ali. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Afan. Here is yours. You're most welcome. Hi, dear Eastley. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Suga for you, dear Army. Hi, dear Simran. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Naira. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Paulina. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear. You're most welcome. Akram. Here is a good name. I think my phone smiles whenever your message pops up. Notification of the live, right? You are talking about. Hi, dear Akram. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Helen. Here is yours. Let me focus. Hi, dear Akshay. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Think I have to change the brush. It's too thick. Hey, dear Ella. Here is yours. Hi, dear Najla. Here is a good name. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. There is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Hi, dear Sarah. Here is yours. Oh, welcome back. Hey, dear Elaf. Here is a good name. My name is Ishahal. Hi, dear Shofi. Here is yours. Hey, dear Kowe. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Malak. Here is yours. Hi, dear Behlil. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Zikra. Here is yours. Hi, dear Yara. Here is a good name. Let's see who is next. Hey, dear Sarah. Here is yours. Hey, dear. Let's see who is next. Lisa. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hamza. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear. Happy birthday. What's a good name? Ashton. Happy birthday, dear Ashton. It is a good name. Ishal. Hi, dear Ishal. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Dasa. Here is yours. Hello, dear. What's a good name, dear? Devna? Devna. Here is yours. Don't know what is the problem of the network. Live is not showing on the other phone, just comments are appearing. It's so confusing what is going on with the network. Hi, dear Hardik. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Nadja. Okay, here is yours. Hello, dear Nafis. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Shofi. Shofi, here is yours. Hello, dear Joy. Here is your beautiful name. Hi. Okay, dear Zikra. You want a screenshot? Go for it. Guys, double tap on your screens and stay hydrated. Why are you acting normal today? I was expecting drama. Oh, it's too hot. Weather is weathering today. Hi, dear Ajay. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Lily. Here is yours. Hi, dear Tasir. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Diana. Here is yours. Hi, dear Jazzy. Here is a good name. Which kind of drama you are expecting from me? Oh my god. Hi, dear Andres. Here is a good name. You made me laugh. Hey, dear Gracie. Here is yours. Hi, thank you so much, dear. What is a good name? Cozy. Hi, dear Cozy. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Holy. Here is yours. I'm not going anywhere. Hi, dear Duha. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Zia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Yogita. Here is your good name. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Hi, dear Love Niche. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Adam. Here is yours. Let me read the question. Oh, sorry, comment. The harmless, cute, drama, little attitude, and lots of abundance. Hi, dear Mir. Here is yours. Hello, dear Firat. Here is your good name. Oh, happy birthday, dear Ishal. Hi, dear Here is yours. Hello, dear Andres. Here is a good name. How are you? Hi, dear Praveen. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Asha. Here is yours. Thank you so much. What is your good name, dear? Hi, dear Yasira. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Dario. Here is yours. Hello, dear Frankies. Here is your good name. Duha, okay. Duha for you, dear. Hello, dear Isha. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Naval. Here is yours. Hello, dear Eman. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Mitra. Here is yours. Hello, dear Hiba. It is a good name. Hey, dear Taco. Here is yours. Hey, dear Asya. Here is a good name. Good to know. Thank you so much, brother. Hi, dear Bilkis. Here is your good name. Tap on your screen. Prachi. Hi, dear Prachi. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Rocking. Here is yours. Hi, dear Elmir. Here is your good name. Hi, dear. Uh, what is your name? Kakshika? Kakashka. Oh wow, what a unique name you have. Kakashka. Here is yours. Hello, dear Mirsan. Oh, let me read right. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Miriam. Here is yours. Thank you so much. Hey, dear Salima. Here is your beautiful name. Careful, if you keep laughing like this, I'll think I'm becoming your favorite. Oh my god, no. Arohi. Hi, dear Arohi. Here is your good name. Okay, no laugh. Hi, dear Varshini. Here is yours. You are distracting me, Safu. Don't do this. Let me focus. Hi, dear John. Here is yours. Hello, dear Zia. Okay, dear Zia. Hi, dear Ali. How are you? Welcome, Pooja. Hi, dear Pooja. Here is your good name. Thank you so much. Hello, dear Sim. Here is your beautiful name. Hello. No, I am not. You are not speaking, man. You are commenting, so how do I hear your voice? Hi, dear Dua. Here is a good name. Hello, dear God. Hey, dear Pramod. Here is a good name. Hello, dear KK. Here is yours. Hi, dear Eddie. Here is yours. Hey, dear. Okay, Dua. Hi, dear London. Here is a good name. What are you saying? Andres is your name, and Andres is done. Hey, dear Miriam. Here is your. Oh, I am. Thank you. Here is yours. Thank you so, my dear. Hi, dear Rita. Here is your good name. Hi, welcome back, Amatullah. How are you doing today? Here is your good name. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Lucky. Here is your good name. I am good too. Thank you so much for asking. Hi, dear Naya. Here is yours. Oh, you're most welcome, dear. Hi, dear Elisa. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Ira. Here is yours. Hi, dear Farhan. Here is your good name. I am not your favorite person. Okay, I'll start as a funny person and level up slowly. Hi, dear Naya. Here is your good name. Let's see who is next. Mahnoor. Hi, dear Mahnoor. Here is yours. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, dear Mahira. Here is your beautiful name. How to change the brush? Hi, dear Ariane. Here is yours. Hello, dear Bara. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Ruhi. Here is yours. Hello, dear Momina. Here is a beautiful name. How are you? Angelina. Hi, dear Angelina. How are you? Here is yours. Hi, dear Musu. Here is a good name. Hello, are you always this cute? No, I am not cute. Hi, dear Inaya. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Abdul. What is your name? ABDULLAVYEV. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Don't forget to double tap on your screens. And Max. Hey, dear Max. How are you, Ria? Ria, here is yours. Hi, dear Asma. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Zakir. Here is yours. Hello, dear Namira. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Sam. Here is yours. Hey, dear Sufyan. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Elizabeth. Here is yours. No, what was your name? Elizabeth, and I don't know what I am going to write. Elizabeth, Queen, how are you? Here is yours. You're most welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Jasmine. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Sabu, I just missed your comment. Hi, dear Winston. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Akram. Here is yours. Hello, dear Habiba. Here is a beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Zahin. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Eureka. Here is yours. I again missed your comment. Sabu. Hi, dear Irina. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Husna. Here is yours. Hi, dear Elia. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Subhan. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Juliet. Welcome back, dear Juliet. How are you doing? After so many days. Thank you so much for joining again. Oh, you're most welcome. Hi, dear Rabia. Here is your good name. Good. Oh, so good to have you here again, dear. Thank you so much. Hey, dear Bella. Here is yours. Oh, Razbhai, welcome back. Thank you so much for remembering me. It is a good name. Hi, dear Nizam. Here is a beautiful name. How are you? Hello, dear Ata. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Asterisk. Here is yours. How are you? Hello, dear Eba. Here is yours. Welcome back, dear Eba. How are you? Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Double tap. Oh, you're most welcome. Sergey. Hi, dear Sergey. Here is a good name. Hello, dear. Oh, Tino. Tino. Here is yours. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hi, dear Havra. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Lela. Here is yours. Hi, dear Prajwal. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, dear. What is your name? Higan Bana. Higan Bana. Higan Bana? Hard to pronounce for me. But what a unique name you have. Here is yours. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Jacqueline, here is your good name. Hi, dear Gurbaj. Are are. Hi, dear Gurbaj. Here is yours. Hello, dear Farhan. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Safira. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Wendy. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Navia. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to press the subscribe button. Hi, dear Rahul. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ismail. Here is your good name. How are you? Hi, dear Jordan. Jordan, here is yours. Hello, dear. Let me check the spelling. Adaliah. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Mary. Here is your good name. Hello, dear. Okay, Jordan wants a screenshot, dear Jordan. Go for it. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. Let's see who is next. Guys, don't forget to press that like and subscribe button. And let's see who is the next subscriber. Zunera. Hi, Zunera. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Zunera. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Aradhya. Here is yours. Hey, dear Arfina. Here is your good name. Safu, I read your comment, man. Hi, dear Aryan. Here is yours. Hello, dear Lily. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Pehel. Here is yours. Hi, dear Emma. Welcome, dear Emma. Thank you so much for the love and support. Hi, dear Yaran. Here is your good name. Take care, Safu. Hey, dear Ehsan. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Habu. Here is yours. Hello, dear Josh. Here is yours. Let's see who's next. Hi, dear Ariana. Here is your good name. Double N A. Thanks. Oh, why not? Hi, dear Maria. Here is your good name. Hi, dear. Hi, dear Naz. What are you saying? रुको जरा पढ़ने दो क्या लिखा है. अभी इग्नोर कर रहे हो तो हमें. अच्छा अच्छा. इग्नोर नहीं करी, बस फोकस करी. फिर मुझसे नहीं लिखा जाता ना. आपको पता है मेरा. Hi, dear Mookie. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Lydia. Here is yours. I am so good, thank you. Oh, so good to know. Thank you so much for joining. Keep shining always, dear. Hi, dear Vandana. Here is yours. I am good too. Hi, dear Robin. Here is yours. Hello, dear Lily. Here is your good name. Another Lily, welcome back. Hi, dear Lynn. Here is yours. Hey, dear Harris. Here is a beautiful name. Let's see who's next. Praveen. Hi, dear Praveen. Here is yours. Hello, dear Min. Here is yours. Oh, thank you so much. I am good too. Thank you for asking. Saima. Hello, dear Saima. Here is a good name. And thank you so much, dear Saima, for the compliment. Hi. Okay, Jisoo for you. Long time no see. Hey, dear Avid. Here is yours. Hi, dear Summer. Oh, literally, do you like summer? Hi, dear Jan. Here is yours. Hey, dear Eva. Here is a good name. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Hi, dear Jack. Here is yours. Hi, dear Esma. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Sayer. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ranjit. Here is a good name. Thank you so much. Hello, dear Matthew. Here is yours. Hi, dear Shanze. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Diana. Here is yours. How are you? Hey, dear Genesis. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hazib. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Shaira. Here is yours. Hello, dear Yusuf. Here is a good name. How are you? Hey, dear Devon. Here is a good name. Thank you. Hi, dear Aya. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Oli. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens. And there is a no, there, there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Hey, dear Josefa. Abu Josefa is here. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. Let's see who is next. Hi, another Lily. Wow, what a coincidence. Here, dear Lily, here is yours. Lily is our lucky charm for this life. Hi, dear Pallavi, here is yours. Hey, dear Navya, here is a good name. Hi, dear Leonie, here is yours. Hello, dear Sultan, here is a beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Manu, here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Tehsin, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Rudra. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, I am Jasmine. Hey, dear Jasmine. Here is yours. And ignore the background noises, guys. Hi, dear Fafa. Here is yours. What a cool name you have. Hey, dear Imran. Here is yours. Hello, dear Sonnet. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Seraphy. Here is yours. Where are you from, dear? You have such a unique name. Hello, dear Sahara. Here is a good name. How are you? Hi, dear Lakin. Here is yours. Hi, dear Marjona. Here is your good name. How are you, dear? Hi, dear Daki. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ayush. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Ria. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Abrish. Here is your good name. Hello, Nika. Hi, dear Nika. Here is yours. Hello, dear Sanvi. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Natasha. I am Setu. How are you? I am good. How about you, dear? Thank you so much for joining and thank you for asking. Have a good day. What was your name? Setu. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Freyna. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Jana. Here is yours. Hello, dear Fatima. Here is your good name. How are you? Hey, dear Laiba. Here is yours. Hi, dear Eva. Here is a good name. Hi, dear. What is your name? Lydia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Simala. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Ikra. Here is yours. I think there is. Okay, now it's alright. Sakura. Hi, dear Sakura. Here is yours. Let me check. What is your name? Harshali. Hi, dear Harshali. Is your beautiful name? Thank you so much, dear girly, for joining. Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to leave a comment because it's too hot. Let's see who is next. Oh, summer. Hi, I'm the only one who likes winter. Hi, dear Seyhan. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Tanisha. Here is hello, dear Addie. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Sammy. Here is yours. Mala. Hi, dear Mala. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Lanny. Here is yours. Oh, you're most welcome, dear. Thank you so much. Let's see who is next. Maybell. Hey, dear Maybell. Here is your good name. Don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. I know you have written my name, but can you just once write my bestie soul sister name, please? She is Kenisha. Okay, just for you, dear. Cutie pie. Kenisha. Hi, welcome back. Let's see who's next. Dear Rujan, here is your good name. How are you? Hi, dear. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Orida. Hello, dear Orida. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Tristan. I am from Indonesia. Tristan, so good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Great, nice. Okay, here is yours. My name is Urga, and I like your video. MC Queen 8, I love you. Thank you so much. Take care. Hi, dear Rima. Here is your good name. Hi, dear. What is your name? What a unique name you all have, guys. Ash Lesha. No, Ashlesha. Oh wow, what a unique name you have. Here is yours. Hi, Manu. Hi, dear Manu. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Roger. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sana. Here is your beautiful name. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. Lots of love. Glad you liked it, dear. Hey, dear Imba. Here is yours. Hello, dear. What is your name? Anissa. Anissa, here is your good name. Oh, thank you. Hey, dear Sanda, here is yours. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Hi, dear Ananya, here is your good name. You are the cutest. Hi, dear Alisa, here is yours. My name is Ishal. Hi, dear Theodore. Here is a good name. And thank you so much for subscribing, dear. Hi, dear Stuti. Here is yours. I am from. Hey, dear, I am. Here is yours. What's a good name? Hey, dear Zikra. Here is yours. Thank you so much. Hi, dear Hazel. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Elena. Here is yours. Hi, dear. Thank you so much, dear Sedu. I will remember your name. Hi, dear Paula. Here is a good name. Hi, dear. Oh my god, too much emojis. What's a good name? Hi, dear Alia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Hamza. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, let me rewrite Hamza. Hi, dear Felina. Here is yours. Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button there. Hi, dear Swapnila. Swapnila. Here is yours. Hi, dear Mia. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Misa. Here is yours. Hello, dear Akshara. Here is your good name. Ho ho. Hi, dear Mayan. Here is yours. Ananya wants a screenshot. Ananya. Go for it, dear. Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. Let's see who is next. Samya, thank you so much, dear Samya, for subscribing. Hi, Dave. Hey, Leah. Samya, Dave, Leah. Let me. Samya, Dave, Leah. Samya, Dave, Leah. Samya. Hi, dear Samya. How are you? Hey, dear Dave. Here is yours. Hi, dear Leah. Here is a good name. Bunny. Bunny? Hey, dear Bunny. Here is yours. Hi, dear Nina. Here is a good name. Oh, you're most welcome. Hi, dear Seth. How are you? Welcome back. Hi, dear Anika. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Dilly. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Navya. Navya. Oh, another Navya. Hi, dear Navya. Here is yours. Hi, dear Minsa. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Ukasha. Here is yours. Hello, dear Marjona. Your name was done, dear. If you want a screenshot of your name, so here is yours again, and it is done at 49. Come on, guys, double tap on your screens. 49 minutes. And oh my god. Valerie, how are you? Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, dear. Hi, dear Shane. Here is yours. Hi, dear Amina. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Himesh. Here is yours. Hi, dear. Okay, Elena. Elena, Here is yours. Okay, thank you so much for joining everyone, and don't forget to press the subscribe and like button. Don't know why my phone is not working properly. The other phone. Guys, double tap on your screens. Double tap. Tap on your screens. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. Hazib, your name was done before, but if you want a screenshot of your name, here is yours again. You are from Jaipur. Oh, good to know. I am from Punjab, dear. Hi, dear Anlay. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Sundas. Here is yours. How are you? Hey, dear Mary. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Kiara. Here is yours. Hey, dear Amal. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Shuram. Here is yours. Okay, Nithika. Hi, dear Nithika. Here is yours. And you want a screenshot too? Go for it. Hi, hello, dear Kiara. Hi, dear Lean. Hey, dear Shemu. How are you? Nithika is taking screenshots, so just give me 1 minute. Tripti, Itzy, thank you. Let's see who's next. Oh God, thank you. Glad you liked it, dear girl. Hi, dear Shemu. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Lean. Here is yours. Hello, dear Kiara. How are you? Here is yours. Guys, you can watch my live later too. Your name is done at 52. Hey, dear Ave. Here is yours. Hi, dear Mary. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Tripti. Okay, Tripti for you. Here is yours. 53. Hi, dear Vika. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Rubama. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear. No, what is your name? Persepone. Here is yours. Hard to pronounce. Hi, dear Kevin. Here is a good name. Thank you so much. Hi, dear Janet. Here is yours. Naya. Naya is our new subscriber. Hi, dear Naya. Here is your good name. Hello, dear. Hey, my birthday is soon after 2 weeks on 3rd of June, girl. I'm a lucky one in the summer and in Jaipur. Garmi. It's okay. Enjoy yourself. And happy birthday in advance, dear. Hi, dear Nikki. Here is yours. Hey, dear Dama. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Minahil. I am good, dear Sophie. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining again. Let's write your good name. Sophie, here is yours. How are you? Hello, dear. What is your name? Oh, you're most welcome. Tuka. Here is yours. Hi, dear Rina. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Abiha. Here is yours. Abiha. Let's see who is next. Thank you. I'm good. Oh, so good to have you here again. But that's true. And how the weather is in Punjab. I in Jaipur without AC you will just melt. Here is 42 degrees Celsius, and I am on the third floor without AC. You can imagine. Hi, dear Tarek. Here is yours. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Hi, dear Riyansh. Here is yours. All good, dear. How about you? It's my birthday. Happy birthday, dear. Hi, dear Duha. Here is yours. Hello, dear Natalie. Here is a good name. How are you? I am from Karachi. Oh, good to know. Hi, dear Eva. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Shreya. Here is yours. Hi, dear Prachi. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Umer. Here is yours. Welcome. Happy birthday, dear. What's a good name? Can you? Why not? What is your name? Have to tell. Coconut Sita. Oh, Coconut Sita. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Basma. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aram. Here is your good name. Thanks. You're most welcome, dear. Hi, dear Malak. Here is yours. Hey, dear Emma. Here is a good name. How are you? रेन स्वागत तो करो हमारा अरे राधे श्याम जी वेलकम बैक हाउ आर यू डूइंग हाय डियर नाओमी हियर इज योर्स बारिश तो हुई नहीं है कैसे स्वागत करें हम हाय डियर दिया हियर इज योर्स कौसर हाय डियर कौसर हियर इज अ गुड नेम हाय डियर इवाना हियर इज योर्स Hello, dear Sumita. Here is a good name. How are you? Nitik, welcome back. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Farhan. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Sana. Here is yours. Hanzala. Hi, dear Hanzala. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Vincent. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Rishu. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Umar. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aruna. Here is a good name. Double tap on your screens. Let's see who is next. आजकल टाइम नहीं मिलता इसलिए नहीं आ पाता सॉरी अब आ गया कोई बात नहीं इट्स ओके अब आ गए हैं यही बहुत बड़ी बात है भाई शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत Hi dear Vindhya here is a good name Hi dear Jamaica here is yours Jamaica Hey dear Asu here is a beautiful name Oh thank you so much dear Hey dear Jamie here is yours Hi dear Viola here is your good name Hey all of you like summer and I am the only one here who likes winter. Hi dear Emily, here is yours. I love winters. Hi dear Rohit, here is a good name. Hey dear Maham, here is yours. Thank you, you're most welcome dear. Hi dear Maria, here is your good name. Hi dear Piku. Oh thank God, someone says winter. Hey buddy, how are you doing? Hey dear Safai, here is a good name. Khan loves winter. Khan, you are my buddy, best buddy. Thank you so much. You are the first one. Literally, Who said winter? Saras. Hi, dear Saras. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Winter. Oh, the second one. Hey, welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Umida. Here is your good name. Now, thank you. All of my comment section is winter. Cheers. Oh God, what is this? It fell on the rooftop. Oh wow. Love the crack. Let me aside this. Okay. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Maria. Here is your good name. Thank you so much. It it is gonna mix in the sand. Like, let's see who is next. Hi, dear Mohit. Here is a good name. Duha, dear. Your name was done twice. Hi, dear Journey. Here is yours. Hello. Probably your winters are 25 degrees Celsius and summer is 45 degrees. No, it's going to touch 52 degrees Celsius in our Punjab. Hi, dear Anais. Here is a good name. Who loves winter? Let me check. Who is saying summer? I change. I love winter. Hi, dear Salma. Here is a good name. Summers में क्या पसंद है? Summers में कोई ऐसी एक्टिविटी जो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद हो? Hi, dear Pavina. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Andre. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to press the subscribe and like button. Hi, dear Pihu. Here is yours. Hey, dear Kavya. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Orla. Here is yours. But when it's minus 10 degrees C, not nice. Oh, yeah. No. In our homeland, like in our country, इतनी सर्दी तो कभी पड़ी ही नहीं है भाई. Hi, dear Yaren. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Iman. Here is yours. Hey, dear Edison. Here is a good name. Edison. Let me rewrite Edison. Here is yours. Hi, dear Elijah. Here is your good name. How are you? Sorry, I forgot. I got offline. I wanna know how's the weather. मैं हमारे जयपुर में तो लाइट ही जाता रहता है डायरेक्ट धूप ही. Girl, you will just melt. But same in Punjab. Let me clear one thing. I am from Punjab, Pakistan. And यहाँ पे जितनी गर्मी पड़े है ना भाई, ज़रूरत ही नहीं है चूल्हे की, वैसे पक जाते हो आप. Hey, dear Asma, here is a good name. Hi, dear Yara, here is yours. और इस दफ़ा उन्होंने बताया कि 52 डिग्री सेल्सियस पड़ेगा और हमारा तो 42 में बुरा हाल हो रहा है, 62 में पता नहीं क्या ही करेंगे. Hi, dear Shahid, here is yours. Hello, dear Nidhi. Here is a good name. मैं आपको बता दूं कहीं आप दूसरा वाला ना समझ रही हूँ, इसलिए फिर मैंने सोचा मैं क्लियर ही कर देती हूँ. Hi, dear Emilia. Here is yours. Hi, yeah, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆ. Hi, dear Sanvi. Here is a good name. Hi, dear. Okay, dear Duha. Okay, go for it. If you want a screenshot, go for it now, dear. You can watch the live later too. Anshika, hi. Pooria, welcome. Let's see who is next. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens, and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Duha is taking screenshot for her name, and I am going to drink water. Oh, nice. It's good. I'm Indian, but I never. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Same here. Lots of love. Should respect. We should respect each other's. And I literally thank you so much. Lots of love, dear. Hi, dear Elmia. Here is a good name. Who is from Karachi? Safia. Hi, dear Safia. Here is yours. साफिया जी कराची में गर्मी का क्या हाल है कराची में तो और ज़्यादा पड़ती है ना Hello, dear Angela. Here is yours. Angelia or Angela? अरे अरे क्या था Angela? Here is yours. Hi, dear Angie. Yes, it's too hot. है ना इधर भी बड़ी पड़ रही है भाई हाय करें Hi, dear Alicia. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Zaylin. Here is yours. समझ नहीं आता यहाँ से सैंड जाती कहाँ पे है नीचे चली जाती है शायद इसके Hi, dear Anabia. Here is a good name. Angelina. Okay. Let me rewrite for you, dear Angelina. Here is yours. Kavya, I know 4 to 5 language. अरे वाह कौन कौन सी बताइए सबसे पहले तो गुजराती है ना Hi, dear Sahadev. Here is yours. Hey, dear Ruby. Here is a good name. नहीं ये ब्रश कभी कभी इतना थिक क्यों लिखने लग जाता है Hi, dear Arsh. Here is yours. Yeah, there are so many. Hi, dear Nishu. Here is a good name. Walaikum assalam. Mahi, welcome back. How are you? Here is a good name. Guys, don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. ब्रश देखते ही कौन सा लूँ अब बहुत ही थिक लिख रहा है ये Hi, dear Sammy UEL. How are you? Hey, dear Davinia. Here is your good name. Hey, dear. अभी मेरा नाम मुश्तबा है मुश्तबा Hello, dear Mujtaba. How are you? Here is your good name. Hi, dear Arav. Here is yours. How are you? Hey, dear Asma. Here is your good name. How are you, dear? Hey, dear Zahra. Here is your good name. Oh, so good to have you here. Thank you so much. Hi, dear Kavya. Here is yours. Hello, dear Anishka. पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है कभी कभी मुझसे पढ़ा नहीं जा रहा होता कहाँ गया नाम अनिष्का पीछे जाके देखते हैं 1 मिनट just give me 1 minute dear where is your name can you please comment again I didn't find your name you are my favorite oh thank you so much गुम गया है अब कहाँ से ढूंढूं मैं कमेंट चलें आप दोबारा कमेंट करें फिर मैं लिखती हूँ आपका नाम Vanya, hi dear Vanya, here is your good name. Hello, oh you're most welcome. Hi dear Ashlyn, here is yours. Aya, comment that. Anishka. Hi dear Anishka, here is yours. Thank you so much dear Anishka for joining. Hi dear Ariman, here is yours. Hi dear X, Y, and N. Here is yours. Hi, dear Alia. Here is a good name. How are you? Hey, dear Alex. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Joey. Here is yours. Hello, dear Muhammad. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. Guys, don't forget to press the like and subscribe button. And let's see who is next. Uh, Hanu. Hey, dear Hanu. Can you guess where I am from? Just give me 1 minute, guys. And let's see who is next. Let me check the spelling of yours. Behotrya. Just give me 1 minute, dear. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Behotrya. Here is yours. Hi, yes, I am. Gujarati, Hindi, मारवाड़ी एंड इंग्लिश और थोड़ी थोड़ी बंगाली भी बोल लेता हूँ पाजी पंजाबी नहीं बोलते तुसी कैन यू ऐड द those who love me emoji ah why not ah क्या किया है ये मैंने अरे ये मैं क्या कर रही हूँ ऐसे लगा किसी कॉकरोच की टांगे बना दी है मैंने अभी मैं नाम लिख रही हूँ देखो कमेंट्स पढ़ने लग गई हूँ अभी मैंने स्पेशल आपके लिए इंस्टा आईडी बनाई है बस आपको फॉलो करने के लिए अरे माही कितनी दफ़ा एक ही दिल जीतोगी प्यारी बहना वैसे मैं इंस्टा यूज नहीं करती इतना थैंक यू सो मच लेकिन सो अप्रिशिएटिव थैंक यू सो मच आई लिटरली love your effort dear mahi oh thank you so much yeah I am Adarsh hi dear Adarsh here is your good name hi, dear Ish. Here is yours. Thank you so much, guys, for your love and support. Hi, dear Oli. Here is a good miracle. Hi, dear miracle. Here is yours. Hi, dear Alexia. Here is your good name. Bye bye. Take care. Ate Rana. Hi, dear Elena. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Divanshi. Here is yours. Divanshi. Oh my god, thank you. Lots of love, dear. I am glad you liked it. Hi, dear Annette. Here is a good name. What is your name, Rimas? Here is yours. Okay, bye bye. Take care, dear. Thank you so much. Oh, lots of love. Thank you. Hi, dear Ali. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Prarthana. Oh, wow. What a unique name you have. Here is yours. Hi, dear Rupsha. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Oves. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, take care, dear. Hi, dear Hannah. Hannah is my favorite name. Don't know why I love this name. Hannah. Hi, dear Amna. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Sienna. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. मैम बोलता हाँ पर ज़्यादा नहीं कोई गल नहीं हाय डियर हाय याम हियर इज़ योर्स मैं भी ज़्यादा नहीं बोलती पंजाबी वैसे हाय डियर ओ टी हियर इज़ अ गुड नेम हाय डियर अनु हियर इज़ योर्स जब गुस्सा आता है बस तब बोलती हूँ हाय डियर पल्लवी हियर इज़ अ गुड नेम तब पंजाबी निकल जाती है Hi, dear Enos. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Danish. Here is a good name. सारी पंजाबी निकल गई हाँ ना I am from USA and watching you live. It is very nice live. Can you please write my name? Is very easy and my name is Maria. Why not, dear Maria? Thank you so much for joining and thank you so much for commenting your name. It is a good name, dear. Hi, let's see who is next. Melvin. Hi, dear. Oh, thank you. Dear Melvin, here is a good name. Spring. Oh, unique. Thank you. So good to know. Hi, dear Anna. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ali. It is a good name. When you will be live next time? I will be live at. I forgot that time. You have to do a simple thing. You just have to click the subscribe button and then press the bell icon and then click all. You will get the notification of the stream whenever I will go live. मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि गुजराती और हिंदी बोलने वालों को बीच में रखकर मारवाड़ी भूल गया वो कौन सी लैंग्वेज है I have done. Then you will definitely get the notification. Hi, dear Maria. Here is yours. Hello, dear Fariha. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Pranav. Here is yours. Like ये वाली जो लैंग्वेज थी इसके अंदर हाय हेलो हाउ आर यू को कैसे बोलते हैं Hi, dear Fiona. Here is your good name. Let's see who is next. कुर्बान अली. कितना प्यारा नाम है आपका. कुर्बान अली. What a beautiful name you have. मुझे हिंदी आती है आश्रिता. हाय आश्रिता जी कैसी हैं आप Here is yours. स्पेलिंग आपके डिफिकल्ट हैं थोड़े से डबल ए मैंने एक ए मैंने खा लिया मैं दोबारा लिखती हूँ ठहरे ए आश्रिता Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. राधे श्याम जी मैंने आपका कोई कमेंट तो नहीं मिस कर दिया Hi dear Valiha, here is your good name. Hi dear Rupsha, here is yours. अंधी मैं नहीं दिखा क्या वेलकम बैक चीनी भाई नहीं मुझे सच में नहीं दिखे मैं पहले वाला कमेंट पढ़ी थी फिर मैंने डायरेक्ट नीचे आ गई हूँ मैंने बीच वाले कमेंट मिस हो गए मेरे से Hi dear Naomi, here is yours. Hi dear Fatima. जैन धर पता होगा या राजस्थानी ना मुझे बस एक ही पता है वो है हिंदी लैंग्वेज और या उसको एक बोलते हैं ना वो क्या नाम था नाम पता नहीं क्या था उसका Thank you for my name Malia and how are you? I am good dear. Thank you so much for asking. What about you? Hey dear Peter. Here is your good name. What are you saying संजय जी? हाँ पता है इतना मिस कर रही मैंने क्यों करना है आपको मिस भाई Hi dear Anaya. Here is your good name. चिनी भाई ऐसी बातें मत किया करो Hi dear Lynchy. Here is yours. Hi dear Liz. Here is your good name. Hello, who is saying Hannah? Oh, Hannah. Here is yours. How are you? Hannah dear with lots of hearts. Remas is spamming and Remas name is John. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens. Let me drink some water. Stay hydrated. अरे यार पानी भी ऐसे है जैसे उबाला होता है, बॉइल्ड वाटर जैसा गर्म हो गया है। कोई बात नहीं। Let's see who is next. Hi dear Lily. Here is yours. Another Lily we have. Lily is the lucky charm for this life. Hi dear Anaya. Inaya. Here is a good name. Rajasthan रे भाषा से. Okay. Hi dear Mustafa. Here is your good name. Hi dear Ishu. Here is yours. Annie Mary. Welcome back, dear. How are you doing today? Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining again, dear. Let's see who's next. कौन पी के रहा नहीं गया जो अपनी क्या खून पी के अस्तगफिरुल्लाह। मैं आपका कमेंट नहीं पढ़ूंगी चीनी भाई, बहुत गलत कमेंट किया है आपने। हाय डियर मॉस, हियर इज ए गुड नेम। बहुत गर्मी है रे बाबा, सच में बड़ी है भाई। अब अजान हो रही है तो म्यूट करना पड़ेगा, तो लाइक करते रहना, मैं नाम लिखती रहूँगी, ठीक है। Hi, welcome back. Hi Leon, how are you? Can you guys hear me now? राधे श्याम जी, आपको किसने बताया ये जेनी और वी के बारे में? Hello dear Teresa, here is your good name. How are you? संजय जी भाग गए हैं लगता है। Hi, dear Tanvi. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Nozima. Here is yours. Hello, dear Anshik. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Cassian. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens, and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Let's see who is next. Reward. Hi, dear Reward. Here is. I don't know why it is getting so thick. Reward. Here is yours. Hi, dear Saurabh. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Jayla. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Dave. Here is yours. Hi, dear Vipana. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Dosif. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Rahma. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Rudra. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Shaxot. Here is your good name. Don't forget to press the like and subscribe button, guys. Let's see who's gonna be the 167 liker. Bob. Hey, dear Bob. Here is yours. Hi, dear Anna. Anna, your name was done, dear. Rupsha was done. Let me check the spelling of yours. Regosuj and oh, here is yours. Hi, dear Jane. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Nozima. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Hilola. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Madison. Here is your good name. Okay, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now it's time to end this stream and looking for the last name for this stream, which is which is hi, dear Sunesha. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Gulshan. Here is yours. Hey, dear Fudger. Here is your good name. Hi, dear. Okay, last name for this stream. Hi, dear Heather. Here is yours. Rimas. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. Thank you so much for your precious time. And do not forget to press the subscribe button and then press the notification bell to get the notification of our live streams. I will be. Hi, Alvin, buddy, welcome. Thank you so much, guys. In the next live for sure. And now it's time to end the stream. Lots of love you all. Don't forget to press the bell icon. And it's time to end. Take care. Good night. See you tomorrow morning. Bye.